What are moon craters? Well, first of all, you have to understand that the moon is plasma, noble gases. So that would explain what your craters in the moon are. Those craters happen during creation. When God made the moon is when those craters appeared. That's why it's always been the same craters on the moon since the invention of the telescope. There's not one new crater up there. All these years, it's all the same craters because they were all formed during the creation of the moon. And the craters are a result of gas entrapment, which means when the moon was being created, the gas entrapment bubbles would burst and cause a crater after they burst. Now, for example, you see this crater here? And you see this crater here, and this crater here, and this crater here. You notice how they have that little tiny dot right in the center of them? That is where the bubble burst and receded back down into itself, forming the crater. Now, for example, check out this picture of gas entrapment bubbles in epoxy. Now, notice this gas bubble here has that identical little dot in it. And this gas bubble here has the same little dot in it. Not every single one of them do, but several of them do. Just like in the moon, not all the craters have that little dot, but a lot of them do. Now, let's compare the gas bubble craters in the epoxy with the gas bubble craters in the moon. As you can see, they are identical. So, like I said before, being that the moon is made of plasma, noble gases, that would explain why you have these gas entrapment bubbles that have burst and left craters. And then again, I could be just totally wrong, but you ask a question and that's my theory on it. And like I said before, since the invention of the telescope, there are no new craters on the moon. There's not been one new crater on the moon since we've been able to see the craters on the moon. And I've looked at the moon through telescopes and cameras for hours and hours and hours, and never have I seen a asteroid or a so-called meteor hit the moon and leave a new crater. So that leaves the funny question of asking yourself, well, how did all these craters form from asteroids and meteors, and then all of a sudden in all of our lifetime, they just stop hitting the moon, stop making craters? So, now if you believe in the theory that the moon is a big rock up in space with moon dust, and that asteroids and meteors made these craters and hit this solid rock all the time, well, you would be looking up into the sky, and this is what you would be seeing all the time. Now, this is computer generated, but I'm just showing you. If you believe this theory, this is what you would be seeing with your own eyes all the time. But anyways, thanks for watching, and God bless.